Yeah, well, too late for me.
Welcome to Failing to Read the News, episode number 62. Daily of Coffee Slayer, English film. I'm not like hello people. Thank you for stopping by today. Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
Being here as always. Let's get to the news then. There we go. Lads claiming they are Mormons to get chocolate in prison. Prisons have been claiming they are Mormons to get hot chocolate. Hey, why not?
Okay. That's a new one.
Members of the Church of Latter-day Saints are forbidden from having heated drinks. In scenes reminiscent of Netflix hit Orange is the New Black, crafty cons said they were Mormons to get the sweeter beverage in their sales. Figures show more than 21 lags said they were Mormons. Figures show 1 in 21 lags. I assume they mean lads, or I don't know. Fucking learn to spell, people. Said they were Mormons in 20.
So were they saying they're Mormon to get? Were they saying they were doing it to get hot chocolate?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
Well, they found a. Yeah. Okay.
But once they realized it was a scam, Daily Star really, that's like 5 fucking spelling errors in like one fucking article. How are you this bad? That figure fell to 737 last year. There are 751 self-identified Mormon inmates, but only 15 are practicing. One prison chaplain said, "We invited a Mormon preacher for worship and suddenly they didn't seem interested." Yeah, they're probably only interested in their hot chocolate. Don't blame them. Like the stream, you monkeys, yeah, and thank you for showing the stream, lads. Yeah, like and share the stream, people. Tell your friends.
Yep.
Tell your enemies. Tell your lover, I don't know.
You know, I was gonna say there's worse things they can lie about to get perks in prison.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a major thing, is it?
Not really. I mean, there's all these stories right now coming out. You know, men saying they're women to get transferred to a women's prison, and next thing you know, they're sleeping with the other prisoners and sleeping with the guards. So, yeah, saying you're Mormon to get a cup of hot chocolate instead of coffee, I don't see the problem.
The next article.
I mean, I'm sure they're not making like high-end cocoa. I mean, I'm sure it's probably like your powdered Swiss Miss or something.
Hit that like button because I heard
it. Yeah.
A bunch of motherfuckers folks. Funeral stops at Burger King drive-thru for making double cheeseburger as Dad's final wish. Leonard Durkin used to eat at the restaurant when he visited his wife at the crematorium. Yeah, maybe he just really fucking loved Burger King.
That is both sad and a wholesome story at the same time. I love it.
Yep. Hey, Dano 6 got his final wish at the funeral after the hearse swung by his favorite Burger King drive-thru. Leonard Durkin, 71, told his children he wanted his last stop. He wanted one last stop off at the restaurant before heading to the crematorium. The miner wanted to make the journey after eating at Burger King on the way to pay respect to his wife, who died 2 years ago. Leonard's 50-year-old son, Peter, said, I used to take my dad to the crematorium because my mum passed away 2 years ago. We always went to Burger King when we went to visit her. He said to me, when I go, I want one of them. Fuck no Wendy's. Well, I think this is in Britain and we don't have Wendy's over here. So, yeah. At least I don't think we have Wendy's over here. I know we have Taco Bell, but one. There's like one Taco Bell in the whole of Scotland. Hello, Freedom.
Lil, I will throw Cookout into that list if y'all got him down there.
Freedom appears to have changed his name from Freedom for All to Dangerous Freedom.
Yep.
So, we went to Burger King when we went to visit her. When I go, I want one of them. Peter from Leeds released a video from the back of his car, said he wanted a bacon double cheeseburger. The video also shows Peter stepping out with the vessel and walking up to his dad, coughing before saying, "Your last supper, Dad." I love you, Dad. I'm going to miss you. Well, I guess you doing a lot of guns, so I guess it does make sense. It makes sense you'd be dangerous.
Only to the wrong people.
Yep.
To the right people, he is the safest person in the world.
Yeah. The plan for the entire funeral procession was to follow them into the drive-thru. All the drivers headed straight for Gottingley Crematorium. Nonetheless, the stunt still do some pretty strange looks. Leonard's daughter, Julie, 43, said a lot of people were at the traffic lights filming. Yeah, very true, I'm a great shepherd. It was all organised by Benson's funeral directors who carried out the practice running the hearse days before the funeral and spoke to the manager of Burger King to arrange the unusual order. Julie said they were outstanding and couldn't have done a better job. The trip to pick up Burger King wasn't the only funny moment planned by Leonard, too. He brought laughter from those mourning in the crematorium. He wanted to make everyone laugh, Peter said. Which committed in his last song was Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. He was mischievous and loved them. They were his wishes. He sought out his own funeral and his own songs. He was mischievous and loved to laugh. Press F for this one then.
I like that guy. I wish I knew him.
Sadly, it's too late for that now. Sorry for the dead air. Just looking around an article. Yeah, I don't
know. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's definitely cool. Anybody who says, stop and get a burger on the way to my funeral, there's something right about that. Dangerous Freedom, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he ain't got to worry about his cholesterol, would he?
Yeah, probably.
That is true. Dad, you're 70 years old, diabetic, and your arteries are almost solid. So I'm going to be burned up in about 10 minutes.
Yep. Just get me a regular hamburger. It'll be charbroiled.
So I guess that would be even better. Have like my family take my carcass through KFC and ask for extra crispy.
I'm told the old lady, don't worry about a funeral or nothing. Just throw me in some trash bags, put me out back.
Mm-hmm.
Blood bath on a shard from gin and tonic. Last review. Severed Scott's artery and almost killed him. Paul Blundell lost 5 pints of blood and had to be rushed to hospital. When his ankle cut in a freak accident in his home in Kenaway Fight. Fucking hell.
Mm.
A tiny shot of glass dropped from his gin and tonic. Almost cost him out his life, but it severed an artery in his leg in a freak accident in his home. Paul Blundell from Kenaway Fight lost 5 pints of blood from 2 tiny cuts in his ankle. Shocking pictures of Paul's blood-stained home reveal how quiet drink dispels almost prevailed and almost proved fatal. I know it is little nigga, thanks for coming by.
Very easy, little.
Yeah, my son bought me 10 pounds of
Omaha steaks.
Omaha steaks for Father's Day. Nice.
Those are very high end, like top quality steaks.
They're good if
Yeah,
you
never
can
heard of
afford
it.
them.
Can't say I've ever had them. I hear they're like melting your mouth and all, but
Yeah, I've only had
Yes,
them
I
one
can't.
time.
can't say I've ever had them.
Flatmate Adam Johnson, 25, dumped a glass after having a gin and tonic, and a shark jumped into Paul. Jumped up and nicked Paul's ankle, causing a major artery of his head that fell like 5 times there. The 30-year-old didn't even feel the cut and only noticed the pool of blood around his feet. Medics had to stick their fingers in his open wound to stain the blood before.
Mm.
Now he was tied off and Paul, but he was very lucky not to die from the blood loss. Fucking hell.
And I'm sure it did not help that they've been drinking, so that blood's nice and thin too.
Yep. Depends how much they were drinking though.
Oh God, when that alcohol wears off the next morning, that's gonna be one hell of a hangover.
One hell of a hangover.
Mm.
Bob, no vegans in my household, good. We want vegans, we want real men. He said, I stood there and blood was pumping out of me. It was scary. Hell of a random goon.
Hello, Goon.
To think that small cut could do that damage. I could easily die if anyone. If I had lost any more blood, I got to the hospital just in the nick of time. If I'd been another 5 minutes, I would have been dead. I can't believe how quickly it transpired from a smashed glass. Paul, an autism practitioner, was making a sandwich when Adam dropped it. Just a glass on the floor. And I should be in the web developer Adam said we were having a gin and tonic. We were having a gin in the house. And I just dropped my glass and went to put it in the sink. You wouldn't think of a tiny little thing like that would cause the problem.
Well, if it nicked an artery, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was crystal glass at the bottom of them. They are very thick. They are really heavy and the glass is thick. I don't. This is why most peppers keep torn quite handy.
Tourniquets and super glue.
If I was affiliating myself for another 2 minutes, I'd be dead. Thanks, guys. Okay, well, God, you're still alive then.
Affiliating.
Yeah, I said affiliating.
Yeah, but that's not the word. It auto-corrected. Asphyxiating. I think it's probably the word he was looking for.
I don't think either of us realized how bad what happened and how bad it was initially until we saw the blood. But it's like when you don't feel the pain and you see the injury. It was something so small that became so serious. I called an ambulance in aesthetics. I had no good with blood. Didn't want to come, so I got towels before the blood, because the blood was everywhere and the towels were drenched. Meanwhile, the colour was draining from Paul's face because he was losing so much blood. Every time we thought the bleeding had stopped, it would start again. It was so scary and so stressful. Paul was rushed to the Victorian Hospital, Kirkcaldy, about 10 miles away. But they didn't really have any vascular surgeons, so I had to go to Nine Wells Hospital in Dundee. Once then, Paul was taken to the surgery to have the end of the artery tied off. Well, out of the glass must have been broken perfectly and had gone right into the artery. You couldn't do that again if you tried. Traffic seems angry. I know he's shopping right now. Probably why. Yeah, shopping sucks, doesn't it, John? That's a lot of blood. Yeah, that is a lot of blood.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to
Well,
about people. Easy one.
I guess in that case, the blood letters that YouTubers like Sursic would talk about. If he's one of those, he's one of them, or one of the healthiest people in the world right now. He probably lost so much.
Phil Metal, did you say Scots? No, I didn't. I don't think that's on the ankle. I could feel it in my ankle. I could feel my ankle was worn. I knew something was wrong and it felt really bad. Medic stabilised Paul in Kirkcaldy around 3 a.m. But at 6 a.m. he was transferred to Dundee to see the vascular surgeon. Paul, when I got there, they moved me to the vascular unit. My ankle started bleeding. It's triple bandaged, but just so straight through. Well, Mr. Dax. He couldn't stop bleeding, so the doctor had to stick his finger right in my ankle and try to stop it. I told me I must have lost around 3 pints of blood at home and another 2 in hospital. Fucking hell. Paul spent 3 days in hospital and had to get 8 stitches. And his ankle was still bandaged up. Words are hard. He's using crutches.
When they saved the glass, that is just morbid.
I feel like the glass is just there just as a prop.
I
Thanks, almost died.
guess that's that compo face, huh?
He's still using crutches to get around in the moment, and said he struggles to walk upstairs without it tiring him. He said it's amazing how debilitating a little cut can be. And from the loss of blood, I'm knackered just going up the stairs. Paul thanks medics who saved his life and said, all the staff at both hospitals were amazing and extremely professional. I can't thank them enough. Fair enough. Just doing something right now, just replying to some DMs. Yeah, anyway. Moving on.
Moving on.
It's a bit quiet today, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's Saturday, people have lives. Thanks for that. Ireland unwise the big fight over fishing in Scottish waters.
Was it a really big problem?
Yeah, it is. That's one of the reasons why people wanted out of the EU. Like a lot of fishing, like a lot of people who work in fishing, they thought to leave the EU because of that reason, because there's too many restrictions on them and stuff. Other countries can fish in our own waters, so yeah. The head of Scotland's largest fishing industry organisation says, I said Ireland would be unwise to pick a fight over fishing rights in Scottish waters. Bertie Armstrong from Scotland's from Scottish Fishermen's Federation said increased Irish activity around the island of Rockall was clearly illegal. He backed the Scottish government threats of enforcement action. He said it was time for Scotland to put money where its mouth is and enforce control of its waters. However, Sean McDonough from Kellybegg's Fishermen's Organisation defended the Irish fishermen. They're extremely worried, and we expect not if there is any intentions. Here we will have to feel the backing of the Irish government to defend ourselves against what we consider an illegal act by the Scottish authority, he said. I actually passed out and saw someone through my window. Fucking hell, I'm very lucky. Yeah, really did pass and never saw me. I've never been squirting blood. I've had many cuts that went to the bone. Ouch. The row involves the uninhabited island of Rockall in the North Atlantic. It is an eroded volcano that lies 260 miles west of the Western Isles and is only 100 foot wide and 70 foot tall above the sea. It's basically just a big rock in the middle of the sea that we claim very much. That's all it is. Stupid, really. The UK claimed Rockall in 1955, but Ireland, Iceland, and Denmark have all challenged that claim. The row between Scotland and Ireland broke out after increased activity from Irish vessels around Rockall, and the Scottish government said it has to take enforcement action against Irish vessels found fishing within 12 miles of Rockall from Saturday. Mr. Armstrong told the BBC the SFF is behind the move. So it was absolutely alongside the Scottish government in this matter. They're doing the absolute right thing. And it's legal activity going on in the Scottish government is absolutely right, taking whatever action is appropriate to stop it. It's perfectly visible to both governments because all the ships are fitted with a monitoring system by law. So everybody will know exactly who is there and if it's likely they're fishing or not. You believe the Scottish government should take a hard line on discipline ahead of Brexit when the UK will be responsible for its own waters. You see, the territory is established in international law. What they're doing is illegal. That's the thing, it is illegal right now while they're still in the EU.
Yeah. Now, is Ireland still in the EU?
Yep.
When if Brexit ever actually happens, is Ireland still going to be in the EU, or are they still part of the UK?
No, Ireland's a separate country.
Okay.
Ireland's not part of the UK for like 100 years or something now. Fishing with their dicks at the local dogging site, really. He said that territory is established in international law. What they're doing is legal. In the whole context of approaching a time when we'll be an independent, sovereign coastal state with complete control over our own waters, it's time to demonstrate that we are prepared to put our money where our mouth is. On the Brexit, we will have the sovereignty over UK territorial waters, which include this area. Any access to those waters will be at the best. Will be the best of the Scottish government of the governments of the land. You're almost as droll as a million Scotsmen. Yeah, they still have the IRA in Northern Ireland, however, they're not as big as they used to be. They're not as big as the phrase they used to be. But yeah, they still do exist in Northern Ireland.
Hey, Thunder.
That might be in fun there.
Oh.
It might be very unwise to pick Ireland to pick a fight when it's just over the horizon. There is much for honest way of arrangements to be made. The IRA are as famous as the Spice Girl. I'd probably say the Spice Girls are more famous, to be honest. Going for the Scottish government said Irish vessels, or any non-UK vessels for that matter, will never be allowed to fish in this way. In the UK's territorial sea around Rock Island, despite taking extensive discussions with that. Irish authorities on the matter, is disappointing that this activity continues.
Hello. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hello. Did we lose Scotty?
Evidently.
It looks like he's here.
His internet has gone
I
kaput
don't know, but
again.
Him and Blind
So
Girl
how's your day,
must use
Thunder? The same servers or the
Uh,
same
fine.
ISPs?
Yep.
Sounds like someone's having a field day with a shotgun across the way.
Nice. Yeah, Random Goon says we're still live even though Scotty's been lost. So chances are he'll be back in a minute, provided his internet still works. So, yeah. So how's your day been, Thunder?
Good. Haven't done anything all day. Well, I did have a go at drawing a person in Microsoft Paint. It did not come out right.
Goon, that background noise you hear is actually from Crappy Slayer. He's a truck driver as well. I
I'll
guess a lorry
quiet it
driver.
down.
No, don't worry about it. I think this just turned into us BSing until Scotty gets back.
Yeah.
For whatever that's worth.
I did put a camera up for sale. It's a digital camera that needs floppy disks.
Yeah. Any bites on him yet?
No,
Scotty has returned.
yeah,
My fucking internet died again.
You and Blind Girl use the same company?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think the internet is bad in both places. Yeah, sorry about that, people.
No
Should
worries.
keep me over again. What the fuck
You're
is
not-
going here?
I might be arguing with Mr. Tinkles.
Yeah, he's enough of this long. No.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's being a particular pain today. So, Freedom. Ironically, I was able to drive one before I actually got my license. Before I drove the big trucks myself, I drove a Class B tow truck, but got trained to drive the big ones, and pulled a few tractor trailers in a tow truck myself. Not bad considering I was getting paid. I got paid like it was $110 an hour, give or take. Problem is, you only work 2 hours a day.
Anyway,
You only worked while the truck was actually, or you only got paid while the truck was actually on your back. So.
Give me a minute. Got a little cigarette in there. Fucking hell. I drove a truck cab into an engineering unit when I was 6. Second truck I drove, the first one was a lamb truck. The 4 on my dad's lap. No one died. That's pretty lucky, isn't it?
Well, my son has quote unquote driven my lawnmower. He sat there, turned the wheels, all happy until I took my foot off the brake and the thing started to move and he jumped off scared.
I didn't like it.
He didn't like that it was actually moving. So
Yeah. Has he been in your truck before?
mm-hmm.
Has your son been in your truck before? Like,
Yeah, he's been in my truck, yeah. The first thing he does when he goes to my truck is make for the bed and start jumping up and down on it.
once I got
Freedom, I was gonna say that's just a Class C. It's up to 26,000 pounds. But I had the Class B. It was pretty much anything up to combination vehicles, and your Class A is combination and air brakes. So you and I've had something similar. Out west in California, there's this area called Donner Pass, where the interstate goes up for about 60 miles, then it goes straight down for about 60 miles. It's a huge, long interstate, and you cannot rely on your brakes.
I think you should be able to.
Now, I've heard of the Donner Party. Went to one once. The food was awful.
So which one now?
I'm done. It was a stupid pun. I said I've been to a Donner Party. The food was awful.
What part?
Yeah, it kind of tastes like pork. Kind of tastes like pork, right?
I mean, doner kebab meat.
At least someone got the reference.
Oh, you mean like doner kebab meat?
The Donner Party is a bunch of people went up to the top of a mountain, got themselves lost, and ended up eating one of them, wasn't it?
I think quite a few of them got eaten. I think they went after the dogs first, though.
Well, actually, Donner Pass, that part of the interstate that I'm talking about, that mountain is actually the one they're talking about, if memory serves, which I can't be quoted on that. I do know that the last time I went through there, I was driving as a team. There was 2 of us in the truck at all times driving it, and whenever we crossed over the top of that damn mountain, we had to stop at the top just to catch our breath. Now it didn't help that we were both heavy smokers at the time. That was like the most I had smoked at one point was during that time. I was smoking 3 packs a day.
Look at that. Anyway, lad 18 shot and stabbed in North London. So yeah, another murder in London. Imagine my shot.
Shot. How are those gun laws working?
Not very well, apparently, because some guy managed to get them.
Mm-hmm.
An 18-year-old man has been shot and stabbed in North London. The police said officers were called to the scene in Islington after receiving reports at around 3:27 p.m. on Saturday. Damn, 3 packs, that's a lot. That's crazy. Yeah, that's 60 smokes a day, isn't it?
I've made I vape now, but I've made poor decisions in my youth.
Yeah, the young man was found injured in Pools Park off Seven Sisters Road and was rushed to hospital. His condition is not considered life-threatening, potentially potentially life-threatening, said police. Scotland Yard said that guns are illegal in London, but again, if you want something, you'll find it. Scotland Yard said a 19-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of grievous bodily harm and is currently being held in custody. No firearm has been recovered yet at the scene, and the crime scene is currently in place while investigations continue. Police said a Section 60 has been issued across the whole of boroughs in Camden and Islington. It was in place from 4 p.m. today. And will remain so until 7 a.m. Sunday morning. Section 60 allows officers in uniform to stop and search anyone specifically to prevent and detect the carrying of dangerous instruments or offensive weapons. This guy fucking London sucks. As I say, put London in a fucking dome.
I'm sorry to hear that,
Yep.
Goon. I'm glad if talking about it helps you think about the good times, man.
You're talking about them not finding a firearm. I think it's actually the next property over. There's two people fired. I know there's two people because I heard two shots like real close to each other. They have got to have fired a box of shells already. They are having fun.
Yes,
I'm
I'm jealous.
jealous.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, trust the government to protect the shit out of you while the boot is on your neck. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Guns before to protect the people. Here we are.
Hi, Cuban.
Fifu stole dog and tried to cut its ears off. Still allowed to own animals. Fifu tried to cut off the ears of a rescue dog and and had his microchip removed to avoid being identified, but has not been banned from owning pet. Martin Cantor has been sentenced to 6 months behind bars after stealing Marley, an American exiled billy dog from Birmingham Dogs Home in November 2017. Magistrates Court.
That's just wrong.
Yeah, that is wrong. Arranged to have Marley's ears chopped and surgically to move his microchip and replace it with another. However, the prosecution's application for him to be barred from owning animals was rejected. And Marley had been sent home by the courts after previous owner was convicted of using him in an attack on a woman earlier this year. Earlier not that year, sorry. Despite Marley being practically unchaseable, Scotsman, have you covered the furry porn on Twitter? That was posting his own explicit animal porn. No, I haven't, and to be honest, I don't want to see it. We're not that fucking degenerate over here. I think that's a little bit too much degeneracy for me. Not saying something. Yes,
That's it. I think when furries cross that line into the actual porn, forget it. No.
Yeah, when it goes into bestiality, that's fucked up. Despite one being practically untraceable after he was stolen, Dogs Home staff had given up on searching him and launched numerous appeals to find the dog. And what did needs arresting? The one who did the animal porn. Yeah, that's fucked up. Following an investigation, Carter was arrested when Marley was found at an address in Coventry, West Midlands. And he pleaded guilty to having stolen goods and causing a prohibited procedure to be performed on an animal at Leamington Magistrates Court. Client was given a 6-month custodial sentence. For handling stolen goods and 3 months, which will run concurrently from the animal offence on June the 4th. West Mercer Police spokesman said West Mercer Police is committed to preventing any necessary cruelty before being caused to animals and will seek to prosecute anyone involved in such practices to the full extent of the law, and asking owners to be disqualified from keeping pets in the future, wherever possible.
I think
Well-
honestly it should be a felony.
Yeah, it should be, but it's not.
Yeah.
I know some places here it is, but I don't know.
Well, some places in the U.S., you can hurt a dog and kill a person, and you will go to jail for hurting the dog, but kill the person, you won't necessarily go to jail.
Hmm.
I still say you harm either animals or children, you should be tortured
Yeah,
to death.
They're so harmless. I mean, they look up to you for like training and love and companionship. Like, I don't understand how someone could do that. I used to volunteer at a shelter. And there was this little poodle there that would just cower anytime anybody went near her. And it was like the most heartbreaking thing to, watch. Like, how could somebody hurt this little cute poodle? Like, what type of person? Like, I don't know.
things to make you wake up at 5 a.m. should be a felony.
That's not a person, that's a monster.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to turn up late for streams.
Line girl, I've been up since 5 a.m. What's your excuse?
I didn't get to bed till like 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah.
That's a good excuse.
I woke up at like 4 to 4 so I could put the fucking moving on.
Blind.
Freedom, no joke in this. When I buy an alarm clock, I will buy 5 at a time because alarm clocks have a bad habit of flying across my house.
You come on the stream, blind girl, or you just staying in the chat? Yeah. Alright.
Alarms are figs.
Tommy Robinson is streaming in another England fan today. The Nations League match shortly after punching a supporter to the ground inside the stadium in Portugal. Tommy Robinson has been caught on camera squatting up to England fan during the last night's Nations League match, just moments after he was punched. After he punched another fan in the face outside the stadium. A founding informant Lady L leader can be seen repeatedly screaming, "Do something" into the young man's face in footage obtained. I don't know, give me a minute. I need an hour of silence to make my brain work again. Too much turbo and gummy bear. Can be seen screaming, "Do something" into the young man's face in footage obtained exclusively by the Mail Online. A witness who asked him in anonymous said the young man had been swearing, and Robinson became angry and fought. Became angry because he felt the abuse was directed at him. The young man told Mail Online that Robinson claimed there were 2 rows of feet to reach the young man before getting hit in the face. Getting in his face. At the end of the video, other supporters can be heard telling Robinson to leave it and saying he's just a kid. Moments before Robinson was caught in another video hitting his hand in the voice just outside the stadium in foreign Portugal. Robinson has allegedly thrown a punch, but I actually like Tommy Robinson. I agree with everything the man says. He does a lot of valid points. It's painfully obvious to me that the whole fucking mainstream's out to get him. and he's been completely fucked by all the fucking. Tommy Robinson is never gonna get a job ever.
I think
Like ever. Nobody's gonna hire.
I think everybody's so centered. I think everybody's so centered around the whole anti-Muslim thing. I'd like to know what he thinks about everything else, you know?
Yeah, he's a two.
Because that's all you hear about him over here. Is he's anti-Muslim.
Hello, Wikipedia snippet. Yeah, that's all you hear over here as well.
Hi, Wikipedia snippet.
Wikipedia.
How's it going?
And he's just doing what he has to do because nobody's gonna give him a job, so he pretty much has to be an either get to notice so he can make money. Feed his family. So
Hey,
Yeah.
blind girl.
Yo.
we're only 46 minutes late. 46 minutes late.
You know what? I needed 46 minutes of pure silence. It was glorious. I also needed 46 minutes to clean up a bunch of flour because I made the mistake of letting a 5-year-old help me make cookies.
And did they like the photo?
Chucker knows what I mean. Cuban probably knows what I mean too. And you know what? Crappy probably understands 5-year-olds and making cookies. They love the flour. Oh, yes, they do.
No, we buy the frozen cookie dough. We ain't that dumb.
I thought it'd be a wonderful mother-son thing, working together, pouring flour and sugar into a bowl, mixing it and stuff, eggs. Cookies are fun, I guess.
My son is 2 years old and already an awesome purveyor of dad jokes.
Mm-hmm.
If we give him a cookie, he'll take it, look at it, and then throw it. So insert toss your cookies joke here.
I was gonna say, what if you give him a cookie, he's gonna ask for a glass of milk?
No, if you give him a cookie, he looks at it. He looks at you like you lost your mind. Looks at the cookie, then throws it.
Oh, he's not even eating, no.
No, he don't. He does not like sweets. He doesn't
weird
like
for a
cookies, cake, none of that.
That's weird for the kids.
Yeah, it is weird. Man, I'd go out of my mind if Jack didn't like sweets. That's how I
My
bribe.
son will take a bowl of fruit over a piece of cake any day.
That's
I've got-
My daughter was the same
for the
way.
kids.
My daughter just liked like fruits and vegetables and stuff. She wasn't really into anything else. And it wasn't because I forced it on her. It's just that's what she preferred to eat. It's hard though.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, it's just the iron, keeping up with the iron and stuff.
That's very weird for the kid.
It is.
There's only been one time in his life where he's ever actually had a cake or any cake. Was his first birthday. But Maria knows what I did.
Please tell me you did a cake smash. Please tell me you did a cake smash.
Yes, we did the smash cake, where he
Yes!
got his little cake. He got his little cake, just sit it in front of him, and yeah.
Yeah, both my kids got to do the rite of passage to toddlerhood by a cake smash. It's amazing. Terrible to clean up, but amazing.
He was blue when he was done.
Yep, Vaughn was pink and Jack was covered in chocolate. It was amazing. Cake smash. Yeah.
Uh,
So, how's the stream going, Scotty?
you always seem to derail the stream every time you come on.
Well, you're the one that really you wanted me here, so hi.
I wanted you from the start. I'm 46 minutes in. There you go. Anyway, what was the thing I was throwing a punch but said it was in self-defense after the fan threatened it? The thing is, if you don't actually know what he said, he could have like said something bad about his family or something, you know. Put him to the act
Yeah,
like
but-
that.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you insult somebody, you shouldn't knock them out. Mind you,
True, but then if someone
There
was to
is
say
a line
something
for
bad about your son or something, say someone was to
yeah,
say
I feel like there's a line for that because, for example, I did believe that all words should not hurt anything, but you insult my kids and I'll knock you out. So I understand there's a line you don't cross.
That's like
Yeah,
a that's like a rage. That's like almost like you snap. You can't even help it if like your kids get mentioned. It's instinct. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know you know what I mean.
Fuck with my kids, fuck with my wife, you going to sleep. Now, how long you're going to sleep for depends on how much of an asshole you are.
There we go.
But you going to sleep.
Agreed. So yes, words can turn violent. They can. I know that violence usually isn't the answer to respond to words, but yeah, you fuck with my kids or you fuck with my Scotty and I'll knock you out.
Mine was always, because I'm such a peaceful person, like I try to be. Mine was always like, okay, well, if you're gonna start it, I'll just finish it, because I get underestimated a lot.
We have many cases of predators going missing here, even from the culture they don't care. I think I was applied to keep going on. My wife needs to fix their fucking shit. If I get stuck in one more fucking goddamn place, because she won't buy a fucking battery, I'm going to fucking flip the fuck out. I know Johnny Rollins Guild War. Violence is highly underrated. I would disagree. After the footage of the one spread online, the EDL vendor posted a video on social media in which he said that man has come up to me twice, getting rowdy and getting aggressive, being abusive.
H. Bell Rogers, Bill Water.
Keep that man away from me. He comes back up to me again like that, and watch what happens to him. Yeah, I acted in self-defense. He was the aggressor. I've been trying to walk up there and kept him kicking in my face. I thought he was going to punch me the first time. Yeah, Robinson said he was called a wanker and told to fuck off. What are you doing here? In self-defense, because I'm not going to wait for him to beat me up in front of my missus, he added.
That's an
Wait a
interesting
minute.
statement.
Did they
That's-
asterisk wanker?
What?
Did they literally bleep out the word wanker?
How do you know that?
Because Siri's saying W asterisk 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 R. That's how I know, because she said all the asterisks and I pointed it at my TV screen. So yeah, did they bleep out wanker?
Yep.
That's a curse word?
Yeah, he's going to, yeah.
Oh.
It's hilarious. I thought it
Well,
was
you
like
know.
war or something, but no, wanker? Wow. That's just wow.
To me, it seems like curse word in the same way fart is a curse word.
Right?
So not really.
Doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
The American version is jerk.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is the swear word.
Is
It all
tosser a
depends
bad
on-
word?
I think Tulsa is considered slightly more polite version.
Mm.
Slightly more polite of an insult. That's amazing.
Stupid because it all means the same fucking thing. So it's like saying, like, I never understood that. Like, fuck. It means the same thing. So why was it considered more politer?
I don't know.
I just don't understand why you have to bleep out wanker. I mean, like, I know it means something terrible, but like, I mean, again, it's like bleeping out fart. Like, what the hell? Like, just wow. Yeah,
Thanks,
Christian.
arms killer. Tosser equals wanker.
Yeah, I know. I'm In self-defense because I'm going to wait for him to beat me up in front of my missus. Yeah. He said the incident happened in front of security staff who have allowed him into the game. Obviously, I mean, if he paid a ticket, if he paid for a ticket to go through the game, then he should be allowed to go into the fucking game, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Robinson also claimed the men surrounding the video are not his friends, but the victim's friends, and that he was only accompanied by his wife. His wife is not visible in the video because he told Claire to walk away before throwing the punch, he claims. Yeah, for all you know, you could have said something bad about his wife or something, and then he just reacted like that. I'm not saying it was right, I'm just saying it's, it's understandable why he would react like that.
What, Chloe?
When people say violence doesn't solve anything, I just laugh. It depends on the situation, is freedom. As the man turned around to say something else, Robinson hit him in the face. Whatever that account is not tallied with one witness who wished to speak anonymously gave to Mail Online. The fan said that one of the men walking alongside Robinson picked out the victim, saying, That's the one that's in moments before Robinson laughed out. Robinson said he did not say anything the entire time and walked off quickly after. He confirmed that Robinson was allowed into the stadium and was seen with a blonde woman believed to be his wife. The incident captured on video showed Robinson outside the Estadio Alfonso Enriquez in foreign wearing a camo jacket.
Can I ask a quick question? So,
Yes.
from what all you guys have read about this guy, does this stuff just follow him around or does he seek it out?
Oh, this shit follows him everywhere.
Little
Yeah.
column A, little column B.
Yeah. Well, I know he's not going to back down to anything, but is it more other people are being aggressive towards him, so he has to do this, and now all of a sudden it's all over the news all the time? Or
Well, he's been labeled a Nazi, white supremacist,
Yeah.
blah, 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 xenophobe, blah, right? So now that he's been labeled that, where the government has literally said he's pretty much enemy number one, and they've been trying to slam him in jail all the time, like,
yeah,
essentially he's as recognizable as Trump is.
poor guy.
So no matter what he does, he's fucked. No matter what he does, no matter where he goes, he might as well just stay inside and never walk outside again because
No, but that would give it what that would be what they want. He should
exactly,
be out there.
you know,
Right.
and I mean, because he's been marked basically as somebody you can just knock out because he's a Nazi.
Mm.
Good, you know, like he has two choices: stay indoors forever or go outside and have people harass him. And you know, what does he do?
Well, at least it
Yeah, he
shows.
can't get a
the
job
video-
anywhere because the mainstream media has completely destroyed his reputation.
Well,
Nobody's
technically,
ever going to give that guy a job.
take him back. Rebel would probably take him back.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, you wouldn't get a job anywhere else. Like, you wouldn't get a conventional
No.
job.
Because he used to work for Rebel Media until he turned into an independent journalist, and he's still quite good friends with his boss over here in Canada. Because when they
Angela
locked him up
Love-
the second time, they tried to bail him out, but unfortunately, he didn't have the same protections he used to when he worked for Rebel Media. So they had a really hard time doing it.
Yeah, he has many supporters, and something with that as well is that people think it's okay. People think it's okay to also sell his supporters as well.
Yep.
You know, and maybe one day, going back to these clips, people are going to realize how stupid and ignorant they were and ugly they were.
No, they won't.
Well,
What's going to
hopefully, you would
happen
hope.
is something big is going to snap, and later on down the line, a generation or two later, they're going to read this and be like, see, that was all the warning signs leading up to another war, and nobody noticed. Don't do this, children. Don't ever do this.
And it'll be erased again.
Yep, that's what's going to happen is historians are going to study this and go, and all this shit led up to this stuff, and they're going to go, don't forget this because we don't want to repeat it. That's where we are.
Yeah, he has nice support from across the globe, honestly. So yeah, Tommy Robbins pretty much fucked. He's also got a court case coming up as well.
Yes, he does, because they're trying to throw his ass back in jail, and $5 says he's not getting out this time if they do it.
No, they'll find any loophole they can to get that man in jail. But they probably did what they did last time. They tried to destroy him the last time.
Yes, they did.
Because they put him in solitary confinement in a place where most of the population was Muslim in not any of the prison. And they done that deliberately because I think they did it just so they could hopefully destroy him mentally so he wouldn't be strong enough to be back on the streets again. At least for a while. I think it's 1984 tactics, that's what they did. That's how I see right now. Anyway, video seems to show a man walking alongside Robinson. Chilling You said that. A group just ahead of him. As one of the group turns around, Robinson hits him in the face, sending him sprawling to the floor as he steps in to protect him. In the aftermath of the punch, Robinson, real name Stephen Yancey Lennon, you see that every single fucking article, walks calmly away as the man's voice can be heard saying, "You'll get knocked out again, bro." Other supporters can be heard shouting, "Go on, Tommy lad." England lost their semi-final now to the Netherlands 3-1 in extra time, knocking them out of the National League tournament. Though they can still play Switzerland for third place on Sunday. police in the UK said footage of the incident has been passed to officers in Portugal for further investigations. Meanwhile, Portuguese police have said they're studying ways in which they can ban Robinson from attending England games again. England's match against Switzerland should he decide to attend. Why are they banning him for? You don't know if he was in the wrong yet, so why are you banning him? If he has a ticket to go to the game, then why are you banning him? You know? Yes, he's done-
Agreed.
Can get away with it.
If it turns out he's done nothing wrong, he shouldn't be getting banned from attending the game.
Again, they think they can get away with it.
Oh, what was that convention the quartering got banned from after he was attacked?
Oh, you muffled Paul out there.
The quartering got attacked and then banned from that convention. I can't remember what convention it was.
I didn't hear about
I think that was a
That was a while
Comic-Con,
back.
wasn't it?
that. Yes, that's the cause of all
It was
this.
last year.
The mentality of if I know this problem,
Yeah.
it would go away.
I think he won the court case.
Now we have rape gangs and communists everywhere. Exactly. And they promised to go to work with the British counterparts to track him down if he goes to the game and make sure they will stay on his tail. A spokesperson for the PSP force, in which one is working closely with British police, said we are aware of the video. We'll be speaking to British police colleagues who are here in Portugal and communicating the incidents to the courts. But we need to indicate which is press charges on the Portuguese law to me to be able to make any criminal action against the aggressor. I would urge that person to contact us as soon as possible if he wishes to press charges. We would also be seeing with my British colleague what we can do to track him down. Ourselves, so we can find out what he wants to do. He asked what other plans they had in mind for Robinson. The spokesman added whether or not they had the powers in the Portuguese law to ban this man from attending Sunday's matches if he decides to go. It's something we are looking into. Why? You're still investigating it. You don't know if he's done anything wrong yet, so why are you fucking banning him from going to the game? If he has a ticket to go to the game, he should be allowed to go to the game, shouldn't he?
Yep.
And if you are going to ban him, then ban the other guy as well, because you don't know what happened.
Exactly.
Stupid, if you ask me. But there you go.
It's cliche, but there's like 3 sides to every story.
Yeah. Weak men make hard times.
Mm.
Hard times make strong men, yeah. That's roughly how that saying goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what plan in mind. Even if we don't, we're making sure our British colleagues know where he is, if he is still in Portugal, so that if he goes to the game, we can be both honest. We can both be on his tail. And make sure we can keep him under control at all times. Robinson uploaded another video of himself, social media ahead of the game, wearing the same jacket and saying he was in Portugal to watch. And he winks at the camera saying, I'm in Portugal, going to the game. Going to the game is fucking Daily Mail puts it because they can't spell. Finally. No football banning order here, mate. I know he used to be a football hooligan like back years ago. Like a very long time ago, he was known for being a football hooligan. That's why he changed his name. In fact, it was because of that. So, yeah. The remark was a reference to the banning order he was handed in 2016 for waving a flag, reading "fuck ISIS" at a Euros match. See, why is that a problem then? Is he not allowed to express his disgust for a terrorist organization? No, is that not allowed anymore?
Apparently not.
Bedfordshire Police issued him with a banning order on a defence to the UK saying he was inciting hatred against Muslims. No, he wasn't. Okay, Bedfordshire Police. Anyway, he subsequently won his appeal after lawyers argued the order was a risk of his political protest, and a judge found the evidence to be vague. UK police have said that anybody found to be disordered in Portugal will be issued a banning order and to return to the UK. Robinson was also convicted of football hooliganism, having led 100 Luton Town fans in the class with supporters of Newport County in 2010. Yeah, see, that's why he had to change his name and stuff, because of that. He held EDL till I die while encouraging fans to fight. Fans in Port were heard chanting Tommy Robinson's name ahead of this first semi-final match between Portugal and Switzerland on Wednesday. Around 500 fans gathered outside Ryan's Irish bar in Port early Wednesday, forcing him to close at the groups. Sang loud football chants outside his bar for the second consecutive night. Some urinated in the side street, and police called teams of street cleaners to clear piles of broken glass once the rain came down and forced supporters to disperse. Police got no surrender to the IRA and Tommy Robertson as Portuguese police hemmed them into a small area to help them contain them. Robinson also had to fight at sporting events other than football in 2017 was caught on video brawling at Ascot. Or right after this, self-defense after being attacked by witnesses, said Robinson threw the first punch. The video emerged on Twitter just weeks after Robinson was left humiliated in the European election when he ran out of the candidate in the Northwest. What is that?
Okay, just all right. They said he was left humiliated in the elections, yet as an independent runner, he got the most votes ever recorded. He got like 38,000 something votes. So actually, that's kind of like a good thing for him because nobody has ever been able to pull that many votes as an independent.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I read. So look at how that makes it sound, the way they write that. Because you could say it the opposite way.
I have no hate in my heart, but I plan to kill anyone I meet. I do plan to kill it. No glass in the Middle East. Yeah. Americans independent cabinet, Robertson lost his £5,000 deposit after failing to win enough votes. He got 38,000 votes on 3.2% of the total ballot cast. He also finished by UKIP, the party which he advised. What I had to say, he was twice targeted by milkshake throwing protesters during his controversial campaign. He blocked Facebook and Instagram for his loss. Wayne being banned from Facebook and Instagram for his loss. Before leaving the Manchester Central venue, he told his followers on the Telegraph message app, disappointed to say the least. They, the voters, are not. But they are in at the same time, what do you expect? And going for the votes, we certainly not got a place as an MEP, but I want to say special thank you to every single person who supported.
Doobie doobie doobie.
So how was everyone today?
Tired.
Good. Woke up really tired.
Okay, whereas Blind guy woke up like 5 a.m.
Well, this is the day of the week to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas Blind guy, you woke up like 5 a.m. Did you know?
Yes, I did. And then I baked cookies with my son, and we ran around the park with a bubble machine for like 3 hours and had a picnic and stuff. Yeah. Oh, and he crapped his pants twice. Yay!
Twice.
funny.
Twice.
I know, twice, man. He just kept dropping the S bombs. It just fuck. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it sucks to be.
Suspenders?
Hello, honeymoon.
No.
Yeah, Glasgow shop selling item brew chocolate and 50 pounds of William. If I'm buying the
Iron brew chocolate.
Yep. Iron brew chocolate.
Okay.
I'm buying the also make gin and tonic chocolate. It's even called Fanny Balls. How's gosh is that? Fanny Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Iron brew is loved across Scotland.
Hi, honey monster.
Yo, honey monster.
And you love someone can keep everything from iron brew ice cream to iron brew sausages. Does anyone on me? I've heard of iron brew ice cream, iron brew sausages. That's just... Okay then. What about chocolate bar that tastes like that famous video national bread? Yeah, well, that's exactly what one out of the box gift shop in Glasgow has done. Creating their own iron brew chocolate. Gate Loudy based in the city's Crow Road. I've also made gin and tonic chocolate and Earl Grey tea chocolate. They shared the creation on Instagram. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Iron brew cigarettes. Actually, I wouldn't be shocked if someone made like iron brew like vape flavor. That's got to be there somewhere, surely. And Maggie being fun of the show in the Streamlabs. And welcome back to Omega. What's this caption? So, the brew must get through. Chalky walkie type. So far, around 100 people have liked the post with iron brew lovers. Coming to praise the creation. It's life. I'm desperate. I'm all desperate for a piece. One girl's mummy daddy looks so beautiful. But others simply have one soul manuality. Kate Lowry and design studio in Scotland inspired. Created in Crow Road near Partick. And one of the more incredible wacky website. Green Thunder, what's going on?
What?
It's the Matrix.
You're making weird background noises.
I don't know how.
It's
It
the
just seems to
Matrix.
happen.
Music in and out of a car.
No, I'm just sitting on the front step like usual.
It seems to be like weird background noises coming from you. I don't know why.
Do I need to mute it?
No, it's fine.
Oh, I may have just figured it out. Is it stop now?
Yeah, I think it has.
Yeah.
The the plug was ever so slightly outward.
Damn, your money's worth more than the US money now. Yeah, it's been like that for a while. Well, it's been like that for as far as I remember. The pound's been worth more than the dollar has. So yeah.
A dollar is.
I'm gonna say actually.
I'm trying to think. It's like 84 cents
Hey,
versus the British pound.
£1 is 1.27 US dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Freedom, for the 556. Just wanted to share some freedom with you. If you got the good work, well, thank you very much, Freedom.
Awesome.
Very much appreciated. Back to the news. Oh, yeah, I just did Freedom. Thank you very much. Border agent says migrant women son after finding him covered in thousands of bees. Brownsville, Texas. A border agent is being hailed as a hero after officials said they rescued the migrant women and their son after finding them covered in thousands of bees. See, this wouldn't have happened if you tried to come in illegally. Had you tried to come in legally, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah? You trying to tell me something? You are? Why didn't you tell me before start? We're live, Chloe. What are you doing? You don't really know? Then why are you bugging me? You're horny. Oh, I hear Scotty and you're thinking sex. Good job, Kat. Scotty, Chloe wants to say she's horny.
To be honest, I was kind of hoping for blind girls, different kind of pussy, but okay.
The cat will do though, right? Okay, that's cool.
No.
Oh. Well, okay. Sorry.
I want your other pussy. I don't want
The
that.
hairy pussy. He likes things shaved. Yeah, if I shave her, would you consider?
No, what the fuck? No, I don't want to.
Don't shave the cat. The undercoat doesn't come back.
I don't think it's sorry for the problems I cause. Blessings to you, love. Blind girl.
Well, it's hot out, so she got a little frisky, and like there's only 4 penises to choose from on this stream, so you know.
Also, blind girl, don't think I apologizes to you in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, that's cool.
Yeah, because we managed to resolve things last night, so yeah.
Wonderful. I'm glad that you two resolved things.
So yeah, we'll talk about more off stream anyway.
We had a couple drinks. We had a good time, everybody, I think.
I wonder if you realize the interestingness of what just transpired.
Off stream.
What? I wasn't gonna say anything terrible.
Wait till we finish the stream. There's only like 10 minutes left.
You guys are the ones that brought it up. Jeez, don't nag at me.
I'm just saying.
No, we said he addressed you.
I'm just saying we resolved our issues.
You're gonna address me off stream doesn't mean I'm gonna listen. Just because Scott my man don't mean I gotta listen to him. Do I?
So this article,
I'm just
the
saying.
American Hill.
I'll remember that next time you tell me to do something, man.
Okay. Wait, you
Blind
listen?
girl, it's called yes out of respect. Remember that goes both ways.
This is true. This is very true.
I'll remember that next time you don't want someone to go on the stream, then yeah. It goes both ways, remember?
Well, hey. First of all, why you guys
In and out.
Did Trucker didn't know what I was gonna say, and you guys are the ones that brought it up. So stop saying my name. Going say respect on. Like I didn't bring this up, and you didn't even know what I was gonna say. You assumed it was gonna be something terrible.
Actually, I think Scotty and I were just saying this is public forum airing dirty laundry.
Yeah, but I wasn't even going to air dirty laundry. You guys just assumed I was.
Okay, so
And now you guys are sitting here talking to me about respect and shit, and you guys are the ones that brought it up.
I was just saying we resolved that issue, that's all.
I know. And then I was about to say something interesting, and you guys are going off stream,
No,
respect, off stream,
Just say a thing,
respect. Like, goddamn.
Say a thing then.
I don't know. Get the sticks out of your asses.
Actually, Crappy was saying.
Hey, I like
Crappy
the
was-
stick firmly up my ass. Thank you.
Actually, Crappy was saying respect as far as between you and Scotty.
Oh,
When you were saying, when you asked if you were supposed to, if you were supposed to listen to what he said,
yeah. I was.
if you expect Scotty to listen to anything you say, you're supposed to respect him, and yeah, that goes both ways.
Well, I was gonna respect him. I wasn't gonna
Crappy
say
was talking
anything about the nigga thing. You guys assumed that, but I was just being sarcastically witty. Going, oh, I gotta respect that guy, really? Eh? I was being, sarcasm. I was making it funny.
Okay, right. Yeah, back to the Bar Club Bees, we'll talk about this off stream. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials, an agent patrolling along the Rio Grande in Brownsville, Texas, known as small swarm of bees. After clearing out the insects, the unidentified agent attempted to track down the source of the swarm and eventually found a jacket and bundle covering thousands of bees, officials said. The further inspection revealed that the bundle was actually a woman curled up into a fetal position. The agent instructed the woman to stand up and run into his unit after, at which time he was found that the woman had been shielding a small child from the bees. Once safely inside the unit, the officials said the agent evaluated the pair and requested an ambulance while waiting for the transport. The 8-year-old began to vomit, prompting the border agent to drive them directly to the hospital himself. Bye, Freedom. Thanks for the money. I've only just stuck it up. Can I take it out in a little while?
Have a good night, Freedom.
Peace.
Does that mean that on your say you can wank anytime? If I assume that's what you're meaning. Unidentified agent is the same as unnamed source. It's fake news. They were made into an intensive care unit where officials say they're expected to recover. The mother and son were identified as Guatemalan nationals. See, that wouldn't have happened had you tried to get into the country legally, rather than just attempting to cross the border, but you know. Just saying, yeah.
Right. Yep.
Holy hell, muffler. Yeah, what? It's
Yeah,
good.
get a new exhaust. I think that person needs a new exhaust.
Or that.
Michael Grove, cocaine mistake, a deep regret. Tory leadership candidate Michael Gove says he has deep regrets over taking cocaine 20 years ago. He told the Daily Mail he had taken the drug at several social events while working every day.
Did he take enough cocaine to last 20 years?
Politics works there, Mikey. 20. Mikey, that's not how modern politics works. You say, yeah, I snorted it. You want to make something of it?
I don't think this told.
Penis.
Why are you thinking penis?
Oh, you don't remember the thing that my cat does when she's in heat? You go, penis, and she goes, "Arr!" and lifts her ass and wiggles her vagina and everything. It's really hilarious. I got a video of it somewhere on my Facebook. You just go, penis, and she just wags her vagina in your face.
Why would you want that? Freedom like things in your face.
Well, I don't let, well, not directly. in
That
your
is
face,
why-
but you know what I mean.
I am so happy my female cat is fixed.
Penis.
Yeah, I'm glad my cat's too old anyway for kittens anyway, even if it wasn't fixed.
Mine will give me 10
I'm
stitches
happy.
every time I try to get her in a cat carrier, so.
You're not supposed to get
I'm
ours
glad-
first though.
I am so glad my cats are males.
Really, just do the ours first.
Again, I have to grab her and throw her in the cage. Trust me, she's gonna get me either way. 10 stitches every time. Just seriously, I haven't figured out a way to get her in there yet, so
You could maybe
The
put like some
nape of the neck works fine.
You could maybe put food in there or something, maybe.
dude, she's wild and
All I
feral.
got, all I got to say for that now is nose down, ass up. That's the way she likes to meow.
Yeah.
Enos.
The Environment Secretary believes the mistake should be held against him in his bid to become Prime Minister. The party are due to vote on the new leader after Theresa May stepped down from the role. Mr. Gove, who served as Justice Secretary from 2015 to 2016, is one of the 11 Tory MPs they said intend to stand in contest to replace her, with the winner expected to be announced late July. The International Development Secretary, Rory Stewart, said he was one of those standing against him, has already apologised for smoking opium, a Class A drug in the UK, at a wedding in Iran 15 years ago. Why are you apologising for stuff like this, though? It doesn't matter. Why does it matter if you took a drug like 20 years ago? Like, why is that such a big deal? It's just me.
No, the left is in the art of apologizing all the time for everything, especially if they have something to be gained by it.
All you have to say is you get a new body roughly every 7 years. Therefore, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
It's technically you do, yeah. Technically you do, yeah. You're out of the place, so yeah.
Oh yeah. You make like
So therefore you technically replicate yourself every 7 years. It's pretty cool, actually.
oh, there she goes. She's raping the box. Yeah, rape that box.
Don't rape the box.
She's totally raping the box. Hey, where's Mysterious Internet Box? Just wondering.
Your cat's raping him.
I haven't seen him around for a while. I don't think this is carrying against you. It shouldn't.
Well, it's hard not to notice when she's raping things. She purrs while she does it.
Yeah, shows how detached from reality he really is. Yes, it does. Anyway, it's yelling time. I assume Blind Jockeying's up already, is it? Or...
Yeah, the link's totally up there. My cat's vagina will be on there in like 30 minutes. Totally.
Yeah, why? Just might chuck her a shell.
I'm not sure I want to after hearing my vagina, my cat's vagina. Anyway, Pumpkin Trucker, almost daily dash cam starting again tomorrow morning as soon as possible. Best I can say is sometime before 2 p.m. Going to Silver Spring, Maryland. That's the place with that funky looking castle thing, which is actually a big Mormon temple. Go in there and you'll get some hot chocolate.
Fair enough. Green Thunder.
Who the fuck wants hot chocolate in summer?
I make the crappiest of content sometimes on Wednesdays. Sub to me, please.
Yeah, which is a bad time for everyone else, but a good time for you.
Woohoo.
Yeah, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so that's like 12:30 for me, which means I'm usually in the middle of doing something at that time.
Yeah, it's like 7:30 for me, which means there's no hope in hell I'm ever gonna show up.
Anything before 12 for you is just a no-go, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Because you need like fucking 15 hours of sleep a day or something.
Yeah, man, this one time I was like, oh my god, there's the Wake and Bake. And I'm actually awake enough to go to the Wake and Bake. And I walked in there on my phone, figuratively, and then I was asleep like 2 seconds later. And I was like, fuck. Yeah.
Oh, I actually got over it today for once in my life. I'll take that. Any questions for the last like 2 minutes or so before we head over to Blind Chucking?
Yep. Oh, Blind Girl, if you were here at the if you were actually here for the whole stream, you would have gotten the joke. So, yeah.
You know what? I needed some silence.
Anyway, well, you're all a bunch of cunts. Don't piss in the shower curtain. Goodbye.